Hey everybody, Mr. Pash here, and in this tutorial I'm going over all the steps for our mirroring assignment. It's an intro assignment, not too hard, just about few to 5 steps here needed to complete the assignment. But what you guys are going to want to do is find a couple references for us to use. And the references I suggest are finding some sort of man-made object or objects like buildings or freeways or any sort of construction. Usually these images are very geometric. And then opposite of that, I would like you guys to find something more organic and natural. So any natural type of landscapes. And what happens is when we mirror these images, um, both side by side and below, you get these really cool looking images. So it's about finding a reference and making it something totally new and unique and something you might be able to use in some of your future projects here. So let's get right to it. Let's look at the examples here. I believe this is from one of the Guggenheim museums. And I got images of waterfalls here. And it does matter how you mirror the image. This is both off of the same waterfall picture, but look how each one is a little bit different. Here I got the sky in the middle, and on this one I have the sky on the outside. I kind of like this one instead because it kind of pulls away from what the object really is. So you might need to play around with different images that you find and also the way you mirror them in the center. Okay, so let's see how we will create this. Let's start off with a photo, and what I recommend is when you have this blank photo P, I recommend just putting the photo right in there. And why we're going to do that is because we're going to divide this equally by 4. So photo P is automatically going to give you the exact dimensions of the photograph. And some of them might be quite large, but nothing too crazy. Okay. So what you're first going to want to pull up is the view. If that pops up. And you're going to want to check rulers. And you see the shortcut key here, Command R. You guys might have Control R. But drop down, view rulers. Make sure that's checked. When you see the rulers, you'll see it pop up here. And this is under pixels. Okay. But really what you need this for is to create guidelines. So I'm going to hover my cursor in here, grab the move tool just in case. And I'm going to click and drag. And I'm going to pop right in the center. And even if you don't have these little grid marks to show you, see those boxes up there, you'll see a little snap. Okay, so it's automatically going to snap in the middle. I'm also going to go up here in the ruler section, pull down, and go in the center horizontally. Okay, I'm going to grab my move tool and I'm going to hold shift. I got transform up and I'm going to size this down, and now watch, it's going to be the perfect size right in here, and you'll even see it snap towards the center here. That's what you want. Now it's up to you to kind of decide where you want this to be, mirrored from. I think either way on this one, since it's cropped and it's a close-up, will look pretty cool. Be careful about buildings or main objects that are right in the center. Usually you want stuff along the edges, okay, because that's where all the magic happens. That's where you mirror the stuff. Okay, so next thing you want to do is duplicate this, and we need to duplicate it 3 more times. There's a couple ways to do that. You could use shortcut key, which is Command J or Control J on a Windows, or so I'll do that once, Command J. Okay, automatically makes a copy. You see it right here. Or you can click and drag to the Create New Layers tab. And it's not popping, but let's hope it does it. Okay, and we can see it makes another copy. Let's make one more here. Now, if you guys have Auto Select on up here, you should be good to go. So you're going to click and, can I do it? Can we move it? Let's try that again. Oh, it's just lagging on me. Let's move that over. Let's line that up. Let's drag over here. There's two more underneath it because we created a duplicate and they go right on top of each other. And there should be one more. And there we go. Okay. So now we see the same image. Let's place that right in the center. Make sure there's no seams here. And you can see that it's duplicated 3 times. They fit equally. Now all we need to do is click on the image. That's if you have auto select checked up here. And we want to go under edit transform. I was making the mistake earlier of going image transform. That flips the whole thing. Okay, I was getting confused on that. So edit transform. And we want to go flip horizontally on this one. And look, we're already doing some mirroring here. That looks cool just by itself, but we have these two on the bottom. I'm going to click this one. You can tell it's checked when those boxes come up. And we're going to go to edit, transform. We're going to flip this one vertically. Okay. And it looks like we need to do one more flip. So transform. Let's flip horizontally. Look at that. Matches up really nice. And let's do the last one here. I think this one's just a vertical flip. Transform, flip, vertical. Boom. We're ready to go. And you can even move these rulers or guides out of the way. If you hover your cursor right over the top, make sure there's no space in between. If you do see some space, you guys might be able to, like that. If you click on it and use your up and down arrows, you can move it very slightly. Sometimes when you move it using your mouse, it moves too much. But look at that, it looks great. We're done with this. Now what we want to do is File, Export As. We want to go JPEG, and we'll get our file, and we're ready to submit that.